Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome to the next class on game theory. I hope you remember what we have discussed in the last class. So, the last class I gave you the introduction about game theory, what game theory is all about. We have started discussing about the concept of game theory, and while discussing on game theory, we have discussed about pure strategy and mixed strategy. Through pure strategy, there's a possibility of getting a straddle point. So whenever we solve the problem, and if we see that the row minima and there's a column maxima, and while getting the row minima, if the maximal value of the row minima, if that is equal to the minimal value of column maxima, then that kind of strategy is called pure strategy, and there we get the saddle point. That form of solving the problem that we have learned yesterday, while if there's no possibility of saddle point, then that kind of strategy is called as mixed strategy. And yesterday I explained you how to solve that problem by using probability. So just quick revision about the problem on saddle point. So let me give you one problem on where there's a saddle point. So suppose, write down this problem, everyone please write down this problem. So suppose, the problem is like this: 1 0 1, then 3 minus 4, then 5, then 1 minus 3 and minus 1. So suppose two players are there, player A and player B. Suppose there are two players, player A and their player B. There are two players are there, player A and player B. So this is the payoff diagram with respect to the player A, and the strategy what the player A have. The strategy what the player A have is A1 or A2 or A3, while the strategy what the player B is having is B1, B2 or B3. So in the exam, you will get a question like this. The question would be like this: solve the game solve the game whose payoff is given below. Solve the game whose payoff is given below. So this is the question: solve the game whose payoff is given below. So this is the problem. So solve the game whose payoff is given below. So this is the problem. To solve the game whose payoff is given below. So two players are there, player A and player B, and their payoff is given to you. So always remember, whenever we see the payoff diagram in the case of game theory, the payoff output is given always in the perspective of the person whose name is written on the left hand side, and it is opposed to the person whose name is written at the top. So there are two players are there like this, and you have to solve this game. You have to solve this problem. So the first thing, whenever you get the problem in exam, the first thing whenever you get the problem on game theory, the first thing what you'll do, you'll see that is this problem related to pure strategy or mixed strategy. So for that first thing what you'll do, for the first thing what you'll do in exam, whenever you get the problem, you will find the row minima. The first thing what you'll do, you will find the row minima. The row minima, the minimal element of every row. This is 1, this is minus 4, and this is minus 1. So the first thing what you will do, you will find the row minima. So you will find the smallest element in every row. Okay, and then you will find the column maxima. Then you will find the column maxima. So you will find the maximal element in every column. This is 1, this is 5, and this is 1. So first thing what you will do whenever you get the problem in exam, you'll find the row minima, you'll find the smallest element in the row, and then you will find the column maxima, you will find the largest element in every column. So that you will do. So the logic of finding the row minima is that you know that the given set of data is given in the perspective of person A. So while the person A want his profit to maximize, while the person B want his loss to be minimized. So if you see this data, if you see in the perspective of person B, then everything would be negative sign, and you know that when you see the negative values, so the minus, like if you see the negative value, so the value which is having negative sign, so so that value would be bigger when you see that value in the term of positive sign. So imagine if I talk about 1 and 2, you know that if positively, if you see that, if you know that 2 is greater than 1, but negatively if you see that -1 would be greater than -2. So that's why when we see the person whose payoff is written, and if you think negatively, so you should consider in the given diagram, you should consider the same thing with the higher value. So this way you can explain the logic of person B, that for the person B you should look into the maximal value. So for the person B, if you're looking into the maximal value, so definitely for the person A you should look for the smaller value. So what we'll do to solve the problem, we'll find the row minima. For every row we'll find the smallest element for every row. Similarly, we found the column maxima. Once you found all the row minima, so from all the row minima, find the value which is the greatest. So from all the values, from all the row minima, find the maximal value. So that is +1. And from all the column maxima, find the smallest value, and that is also 1. So because if you see in this problem, because for this problem, if you see for this problem, the maximal element, the maxima of a row minima, the maxima of a row minima is equal to the minima of column maxima, that is equal to the minima of column maxima, because they're equal. So this strategy is called pure strategy. This strategy is called as pure strategy. And here the output what you'll get, that is called straddle point. So the output what you'll get, this is called straddle point. So the straddle point, this is called straddle point. Just remember that term. This is called straddle point. Your straddle point is 1, and that is equal to the value of game, and that is equal to the value of game. So this is what we do. So this is what we do. Simple problem. So first thing, whenever you'll get, I believe you can understand this is very easy. And in exam, you will not get a higher marks question. You'll get 6 marks question from this chapter. So once you get this problem, you just need to first test this. So if the maximal element, if the maxima of row minima, if that is not equal to the minima of column maxima, then there's a mixed strategy. Otherwise, if you're getting a common value, means you are done. If you're getting a common value, means you are done, and then you don't have to worry. So once this is done, then it means the strategy is the pure strategy. And if the strategy is a pure strategy, then the value what you're getting equal in both the metrics, then that value is equal, and that value is called a saddle point, and the value of game would be a saddle point. I hope you are clear with this. Anyone have doubt? Anyone have any doubt on this? Anyone any doubt with this? Everyone clear, right? Can I go ahead? Everyone clear with this part? Can I go ahead? Very easy. So now going further, if I ask you another question, that solve the game, solve the game whose payoff, solve the game whose payoff metrics So write down this problem. You have to tell me the answer. Solve the game whose payoff matrix is given below. This is the question. -2, 3, -4, -2, 3, -4, 5, then 0, 2, -3, 3, then 0, 1, 0, -4, then 5, 2, -2, and then 2, then 3, 2, 6, -6. Tell me the answer for this, guys. Everyone, please try this question. Tell me the answer for this. Everyone, please try solve this problem. Tell me the answer for this. Everyone, please try this question. Tell me the answer. Anyone? Very good, Vijay Lakshmi. The answer is 1. The answer for this problem is 1. Very simple. Again, you will find the row minima. Row minima. So the row minima is here -2. Here this is 1. Here this is -4. Here the row minima is -6. So this is your row minima. And then find the column maxima. Then find the column maxima. Column maxima is 5, then 3, then 1, then 5, and then 6. So find the row minima and then find the column maxima. Then from the row minima, find the element which is greatest. So what is the element which is greatest in the row minima? That element is 1. And from the column maxima, find the element which is smallest. The element is 1, because they are equal. So because they are equal, so means this strategy is a pure strategy, and this value 1 what you got is called a saddle point, and the value of the game is equal to 1. Clear? Anyone have doubt? Clear? Anyone have doubt? You want me to write this pure strategy and all? You want me to write it? So you have to write, you have to find the row minima, you have to find the small. Nitin, you have any doubt? Please write in the chat box. So for every row you have to find the smallest element. From every row you have to find the smallest element, and that you call the row minima. For every row you have to find the row minima, and then from every column you have to find the greatest element, that is called column maxima. And then once you find the row minima and then once you find the column maxima, after that what you have to do, after that you have to find the greatest value of row minima, and that you have to make it equal with the smallest value of the column maxima. So If they are equal, means the strategy is a pure strategy. So you have to find the greatest element of the row minima, and you have to make it equal to the smallest element of column maxima. And if they are equal, means the strategy is a pure strategy. Okay, and that value which is equal, that value is called a saddle point. This value is called a saddle point. This value which is equal, this value is called a saddle point. Anyone have doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? Fine. Can I go ahead? Can I go to the next question? Okay, so write down the next question. Write down the next question. Again, tell me the answer for this problem, guys. Very good, Devika. Very good, Vijayalakshmi. So I hope you understood. So no need for me to solve this problem. The answer is 4. Okay, so it is a problem of pure strategy, and you can do it very easily. The answer is 4. No need for me to do this problem. Everyone understood now? Still, if somebody is doing, please finish this. So, so I hope you are done with this. Okay, so let's go ahead. So imagine if I ask you this problem. Suppose if I ask you this problem like this. So determine the optimal strategy for this given set of data. So imagine if I ask you this problem. So two people are there, A and B. So this is the payoff a diagram. This is a payoff matrix of A. So you can see this, and I am asking you, tell me the value of game, tell me the optimal strategy for A and B, tell me the value of the game. So imagine if you solve this problem and find the row minima. So the row minima here, this is 1, here this is 3, and if you find the column maxima, so the column maxima here is 5 and 4. So then the smallest element of column maxima is 4 and the largest element of row minima is 3. So means you can easily understand that here you can understand that the smallest value of column maxima, that is not equal to the largest value of row minima, not equal to the largest value of row minima. So it means so this is the problem. So it is the problem of mixed strategy. So till now we talked about pure strategy. So now when they are not equal, then it is a problem of a mixed strategy. So it is a problem of mixed strategy. And yesterday I have explained you to solve these kind of problem. Yesterday I explained you, I have done to make you understand how to solve these kind of problem. Again, I will do a revision for you. So if they are not equal, so then how to do that? So if it is 2 by 2 matrix, you can easily do it. So if it is a problem of mixed strategy and it is 2 by 2 matrix, you can easily solve it. If it's not 2 by 2 matrix, then there's a problem. But till that time it is 2 by 2 matrix, you can easily solve it, because in 2 by 2 matrix you'll get a linear equation, two variable linear equation, and that you can easily solve it. So if the problem is more than two variable linear equation, then it becomes complicated. Imagine if I introduce three variable or four variable, then to solve it, you need matrices. Okay, then Cramer's rules and all other logics on matrices are required. Otherwise, if it is two variable problem, you can easily solve the two variable problem. Very easily you can solve it. If it's two variable problem, you can solve it very easily. So now how to solve this problem? Very easily you can solve this problem. So I am writing it again. So if this problem is like this. So this is 5, 1 and 3 and 4, and this is the payoff of A, and this is the payoff of B. So both A and B both will struggle so that they can determine the optimal strategy. But problem with this problem is that in this problem, that straddle point is not they are not able to derive the straddle point. So what we do in order to solve this problem, we'll see this problem in the perspective of probability, that imagine the person A is working very hard so that he can maximize his profit, and the person B is working very hard so that B can minimize his losses. So the probability assigned with A is P1 and P2, and the probabilities assigned with B is suppose Q1 and Q2. So the probability assigned with B is Q1 and Q2, and probability assigned with A is P1 and P2. And you know that P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. You know that P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. The total probability is equal to 1. You know that Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 1. The total probability is always 1. Now what you can do, so based on the based on the inputs, what A can do, so that A can get its optimal strategy. So what you can do, you can think about the possible what are the possible ways the A can do hard work. So probably if you talk about the value, whatever you can say, the value of game, if you talk about the value of game with in A perspective. So if you talk about the value of game with A perspective, then you can say that it can be in the form of 5P1 plus 3P2. Okay, so that can be one strategy, or that can be one a way how A can see this problem, or in that same perspective, you can say that this perspective is equal to the another perspective, that is equal to 1p1 plus 4p2. Okay, so if you talk in the perspective of A, so this would be the scenario. And if you talk about the perspective of B, so the value of game in B perspective, if you see in the term of B, so the value of game, if you see in the term of B, so the value of game, if you see in the term of B, you can say, if you see in the term of B perspective, that would be equal to 5q1 plus 1q2, and that would be equal to 3q1 plus 4q2. Okay, now what I can do, now I can solve this, because the, see, understand this, how I'm able to solve, because two variables I'm getting, because this is 2 into 2 matrix, this is 2 into 2 matrix, so I'm getting two variable, and I can solve linear equation where two variables are involved. I can solve it very easily, so I can say this is equal to 4p1 is equal to p2, so 4p1 is equal to p2, so I can say p1 is equal to p2 by 4. This I can write equation 1, p1 equal to p2 by 4. This is equation 1, and then you know that p1 plus p2 is equal to 1. So in place of p1, you can write p2 by 4 plus p2 is equal to 1. So you can write 5 by 4, p2 is equal to 1. So you can write p2 is equal to 4 by 5. If p2 is 4 by 5, then p1 would be 1 by 5. You can find the value of probability in the term of A perspective. I hope this is visible. Similarly, you can solve the same problem in the term of B. If you solve the same problem in the term of B, then you can say 2q1 is equal to 3q2. You can say q1 is equal to 3 by 2 q2. You can say that q1 is equal to 3 by 2 q2, and you know that that the sum of q1 plus q2 is equal to 1. So in place of q1, you can write 3 by 2 q2 plus q2 is equal to 1. So you can write this as 5 by 2 q2 is equal to 1. So q2 is equal to 2 by 5. If you get the value of q2 equal to 2 by 5, so you can directly tell the value of q1 is equal to 3 by 5. So you can determine the probabilities of both A and B. So you can look into the perspective of game. You can look into the perspective of game in the term of A and B. Whenever there's a mixed strategy, then only one way is there to solve the given set of problem. So there's only one way is there to solve the given set of problem, and that methodology what you are using to solve the problem, that we are doing in the term of probability. And while using probability, we what we are doing by using probability, we are trying to derive the given set of value of the game in the term of linear equation. And once we derive the given set of problem in the term of linear equation, and then we are trying to solve the problem. So that is the way how we are using to solve the problem. So that is the mechanism what we are using to solve the given problem. Okay, anyone have any doubt? clear everyone? Anyone have any doubt? So once you get this probability, guys, once you get this probability, you can easily determine the value of game. So if I want to determine the value of game, so the value of game is 5p1 plus 3p2, or you can use p1 plus 4p2, doesn't matter, anything you can use, and your answer will not get affected. So 5 into 1 by 5 plus 3 into 4 by 5, you will get 17 by 5 as the value of game. So it doesn't matter which equation you use, in every equation your answer will remain the same only. So if doesn't matter, you can use any equation, doesn't matter, you use any equation. 3q1 is 3 by 5 plus 4q2, q2 is 2 by 5. So it doesn't matter, you any equation you use, your value of game remain the same, that is 17 by 5. So the probability attached with P1, and so the probability which is attached with A, so that is 1 by 5 and 4 by 5. The probability which is attached with A is 1 by 5 and 4 by 5. The probability which is attached with B is 3 by 5 and 2 by 5, and the value of the game is 17 by 5. Is this clear everyone? Anyone have doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Everyone understood this? Everyone understood this? Okay, now the same problem, this is a one way of solving this problem. Now the same problem I'll solve by using direct formula. Maybe many people don't like probability and all much. So the same problem I'll do with a direct formula. So there's a formula is there. So you can solve this problem by using this formula. So you can solve this problem by using this formula. So you see this formula. I think everyone can see this. Everyone is visible for everyone. So this is the formula. So first, imagine your matrix. I hope everyone understand what is A11, A12, A21 and A22. Everyone, I believe, can understand this. So suppose if your problem is like this, that 5 1 3 4. So suppose your problem is like this, 5 1 3 4. So here what is A11? A11 is 5. What is A12? A12 is 1. A21 is 3 and A22 is 4. I think everyone can understand this. So imagine if I give you 2 by 2 matrix. So the same thing you can do with a formula. Maybe you don't like that probability and all. Maybe you are weak in maths and you are very good in mugging up. So you can remember this formula. So this is the formula of determining the P1. This is the formula of determining P1. This is the formula of determining Q1. Once you get P1, you can find the P2. P2 is nothing but 1 minus P1. And then this is the formula. Then you can see the formula of determining Q1. You can see the formula for determining Q1. You can see the formula for determining Q1. You can see the formula for determining Q1. This is the formula of determining Q1, and this is the formula for determining P1. So this is the formula for determining P1. So you can see this. This is a formula of determining P1. This is the formula of determining P1. This is the formula of determining Q1. And once you get P1 and Q1, you can determine the value of game. So this is the value of game. So this is the formula for value of game. Everyone, please write down this formula. So whenever you this So all this what I'm talking about, all this will work in the situation when there's a mixed strategy and there's no straddle point. You can see the big heading of this 2 by 2 matrix without straddle point. So once you get the value of P1 and once you get the value of P1 and Q1, you can simultaneously you can find the value of P2 and Q2, and then you can find the value of gain. Please write it down, everyone. Everyone, please write down this formula. So uh, what you say, it's your what you benefit to learn one more way of solving the problem. And in exam, it's again it will be your choice how you want to solve the problem. In case if you get 2 by 2 matrix, and in that 2 by 2 matrix, if that can't be solved with pure strategy, if you can't be solved with pure strategy, and maybe you're not very confident on the concept of probability and all, so you can solve the same problem by using the given set of formulas what I've written for you. Clear? Anyone have any doubt? Clear? Now let's, can you solve this problem by using this formula? Everyone, can you solve this problem by using this formula? So the same problem, if I solve this problem by using this formula, imagine if I solve the same problem by using this formula. So this problem is this. So 5, 1, 3, 4. So your A11 is 5, A12 is equal to 1, A21 is equal to 3, and A22 is equal to 4. So I have made you to write down the formula. The formula of P1 is equal to A22 minus A21 divided by A11 A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21 A21. So if you use this formula for P1, this would be 4 minus 3 divided by 5 plus 4 minus 1 plus 3. With this, you'll get the value of P1. So, so this would be easy for that person who can memorize the formula. So the value of P1 would be 1 divided by 9 minus 4. 9 minus 4 is what? 5. So you got the value of P1 as 1 by 5. So once you get the value of P1 as 1 by 5, I hope everyone can determine the value of P2. P2 would be 1 minus 1 by 5. And so you get the value of P2. P2 would be nothing but 1 minus P1. Na? You know that the sum of probability is always equal to 1. So if P1 is equal to 1 by 5, then P2 would be equal to 4 by 5. Clear, everyone? Na? So similarly, you can find the value of Q1. Similarly, you can find the value of Q1. Similarly, you can find the value of Q1. So the formula of Q1 is equal to A22 minus A12 divided by A11 A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21. This is the formula for Q1. So the Q1 would be equal to 4. This is 4 minus 1 divided by 5 plus 4 minus 1 plus 3. So the value of Q1 is equal to 3 divided by 9 minus 4. The value of Q1 is 3 by 5. So once you get the value of Q1 as 3 by 5, once you get the value of Q1 as 3 by 5, so the value of Q2 would be 2 by 5. So here you got the value of P1 and P2, and here you get the value of Q1 and Q2. So once you get the value of Q1, the value of Q1 is 3 by 5. The value of Q2 is 2 by 5. Anyone have doubt with this? Anyone have doubt with this? Very simple. Everyone, I hope everyone can understand this. Everyone can understand this matrix. Everyone can understand this matrix. So whenever we write the matrix, we write it like this way. This is A11, this is A12, this is A13, this is A14, this is A21, this is A22, this is A23, A24, then A31, then A32, then A33, like this. So A11 means first row, first column. A12 means first row, second column. A13 means first row, third column. A34 means third row, fourth column. Okay, so always when we see matrix, matrix is always written in the form of M into N matrix. So where M into N is the order of the matrix. So where the first element talks about the which row you are talking about, the second element talks about which column you are talking about. Clear now everyone? I hope everyone is understanding this. So now you can determine the value of game. So your value of game, the formula, the direct formula is there for the value of game. The formula is A11 into A22 minus A812 into A21 divide by A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21. The value of game if you want to determine. So A11 into A22. So you know this. So A11. So A11 is 5. A11 is 5 and A22. A11 is 5 and A22 is 4 minus A12. A12 is 1 and A21 is 3. So 1 into 3. 1 into 3 divide by so A11 is 5 plus A22 is 4 minus A12 is 1 and A21 is 3. So this is 20 minus 3 divided by 9 minus 4. This is 17 by 5. This is the formula for the value of game. Clear? Anyone have doubt? Clear? Anyone have doubt? Any doubt? Anyone? So this is the formula to determine the value of game. This is the formula to determine the probability of Q, and this is the formula to determine the probability of P. So you can either determine the value of game in the perspective of P, or you can determine the value of game in the perspective of Q. So anyhow you can do, you will get the same answer. Your answer will not get changed because of that. Anyone want to ask anything? Now, I hope you understood this. Now, based on this formula, uh, I hope you understood this. Now, based on this formula, solve this problem. Let me give you one problem. Solve this problem. Now, use this formula and solve this problem. So, 4 minus 4 and minus 4, 4. Tell me the value of game. Everyone, solve this formula, solve this question. Tell me the value of game. Tell me the strategy of A and B and the value of game. Use this formula. Tell me the value of game. Solve this problem, everyone. Tell me the probability of A and B and the value of game. Please solve this problem. Take your own time. Solve this problem. Anyone have any doubt? You all are understanding, right? Everyone is understanding, right? Nitin, Anushri, Deepika, you all are understanding, no? Lakshmi, Likita, Prem, Priyanka, Sushma, Uday, Jayashri, Sneha D, Chandan, Vijay Lakshmi. Okay. Priyanka, please take the attendance, Priyanka. Priyanka, take the attendance and send me. Priyanka or Kishore, anyone, please take the attendance and send me. Guys, please try to solve this problem. Guys, try to solve this problem. Tell me the answer. The probability attached with A and B, and what is the value of game. Anyone? What is the answer for this problem? No one got the answer, is it? Such a easy question. Guys, tell me the answer. What is the value of game? What is the probability attached with A and B? Now, it's because nobody is telling me the answer. So I am only doing solving this problem. So, so in this problem, this is 4 comma minus 4. Then this is minus 4 and 4. And this, if I see this problem, if I find the row minima, if I find the row minima, so the row minima is minus 4, here minus 4, and if I find the column maxima, so the column maxima here is 4 and 4. So the largest element, so the maxima of a row minima, so the maxima of a row minima is not equal to the minima of column maxima. So means this problem is based on mixed strategy. It means this problem is based on mixed strategy. So I can solve this problem by using probability and all. I can do that, and I can solve this problem. So I can do that part. I can write my equation. That equation can be 4p1 minus 4p2, that is equal to minus 4p1 plus 4p2. I can write it like this. Okay, or I can write in the term of q, that 4q1 minus 4q2, that would be equal to minus 4q1 plus 4q2. So I can write this equation, and where I know that p1 plus p2 will be equal to 1, where q1 plus q2 will be equal to 1. I can solve this problem by using probability. That is a one way of solving the problem. The other way of solving the problem, probably I can write in the term of A1, A2 and all. So this problem is like this. So this problem is like 4 minus 4 and 4. So here your A11 is equal to 4, A12 is equal to minus 4, A21 is equal to minus 4, and A22 is equal to 4. Now what I can do, I can find the value of P1. I can find the value of P1. So the value of P1, if I want to know, so the formula of P1 is A22 minus A21 divided by A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21. So I can use this formula. So the value of P1 is equal to so 4 minus of 4 divided by uh, 4 plus 4 minus of minus 4 minus 4. So this is 8 divided by 8 minus of 8. So the value of P1 would be 8 by 16. That would be 1 by 2. So if P1 is equal to 1 by 2, so your P2 would be also 1 by 2. So 8 divided by 8 minus 8. So your value of P1, P2 would be equal to 1 by 2. Anyone have doubt with this? Anyone having doubt with this part? So once you get the value of P1 and P2 simultaneously, you can find the value of Q1 and Q2. So you can do the same set of steps. So again, if you remember, everything is same only. So it doesn't matter what you use. So it doesn't matter if you find the value of Q1 and Q2 also. So the value of Q1 and Q2, they are also equal to 1 by 2. They are also equal to 1 by 2. And once you get the value of P1, P2, Q1, Q2, you can use the formula value of game. So if you use the formula of value of game, that is A11 into A222 minus A12 into A21 divide by sum of A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21. If you do this, so this would be this A11, that is 4 4, no, A11, and this other one is minus minus. So this is 4 into 4 minus of minus 4 into minus 4 divide by 4 plus 4 minus of minus 4 minus 4. If you solve this, so this would be equal to minus of 16 minus into minus plus. Doesn't matter whatever is your denominator, that is 8 minus minus 8. So this would be 0 only. So your value of game would be 0 only. Okay, so the value of your game would be 0 only. So very simple. So you don't have to do much hard work to solve this problem. Clear, everyone? Anyone have any doubts? So you can either solve this problem by using probability. You can either solve this problem. Either you can solve this problem whenever you have mixed strategy. So mixed strategy, you will get mixed strategy probably when the maxima of row minima, if that is not equal to the minima of column maxima, so that means the straddle point you are not getting, and it is not the problem of pure strategy. So whenever you are getting mixed strategy, you can either use probability to solve the problem, or you can use this formula. So by using formula, you can use this formula to get the answer for the problem. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone? Anyone have any doubt? Okay, guys. So it's time to wind up the class. So thank you, everyone. Then see you for the next class. Take care. Bye.